everyone. Hoping you are doing well at your home. So today we are starting with our next application of uniform circular motion, that is well or wall of death. So this I think you already know and you already had seen this thing. That is, during the stunts we have already observed that the vehicle is traveling along vertical cylindrical wall. Suppose we consider a vehicle is traveling along vertical cylindrical wall of radius r in a horizontal circle. Okay, now in this you can see here the vector diagram. Suppose we consider a vehicle, so force of friction between the tire and the wall, that is vertical wall, will be actually in vertically upward direction. The total weight of the vehicle will be in downward direction, and the normal reaction on the surface, that is on the vertical wall, will be actually perpendicular to the surface of wall, and that will be actually towards the center along the radius of horizontal circle. So here there will be actually three vector, that is three forces acting here. You can consider normal reaction N, that will be actually horizontally towards the center of the horizontal circle. Similarly, next force here will be weight of the vehicle acting vertically downward, and in opposite to that there will be force of static friction between the tire of vehicle and the wall, and that will be vertically in upward direction. Okay, now here the necessary centripetal force which will maintain the circular motion along the horizontal circle will be actually provided by force of static friction. Okay, so you can see here in vector diagram. So what we will do here next, we can equate normal reaction by centripetal force. So N equal to mv square upon r. Similarly, according to your diagram, static friction is actually equal and opposite to the weight. So mg equal to fs. Fs is force of static friction. This force of static friction is actually less than or equal to normal reaction. So you can write your expression fs is less than or equal to mu sn. Mu s is nothing but coefficient of static friction, n is the normal reaction. So you can put here value of n, that is normal reaction. So we are getting fs less than or equal to mu s mv square upon r. So normal reaction, centripetal force we are putting in terms of linear velocity. So we are writing formula mv square upon r. Now here you can write fs equal to mg. So we are equating fs by mg. So mg equal to mu s mv square upon r. You can cancel m from both sides. So we are getting g equal to mu s v square upon r. As here we are deriving the minimum safe speed with which a vehicle can drive on the horizontal circle. So we are writing expression for v. So v will be actually equal to square root of rg upon mu s. So this is nothing but minimum safe velocity with which a vehicle can be safely driven on the horizontal circle. Okay. Similarly, next application will be conical pendulum. So here question may be asked to determine period of conical pendulum, may be asked to determine linear velocity of bob of conical pendulum, may be asked to determine angular velocity of conical pendulum, or may be asked to determine frequency of conical pendulum. Okay, so how you will change your derivation according to question, so we'll see later on. First, what do you mean by conical pendulum? To know the conical pendulum term, you have to know simple pendulum. What do you mean by simple pendulum? Simple pendulum is nothing but the simple bob and string arrangement. That is, a spherical bob is attached with the string at the end of the string, and the other end of the string is fixed to a rigid support. That is known as simple pendulum. Now, conical pendulum is actually special case of simple pendulum. So what is conical pendulum? Maybe definition can be asked to you. So definition is nothing but conical pendulum is a simple pendulum in which which is given such a motion that bob describes a horizontal circle and the string describes a cone. So you will consider actually simple pendulum, but you will give a bob such motion that it will be actually going through a horizontal circle, and the string in that case will describes a cone. So that will be known as conical pendulum. You can see in figure actual diagram and vector diagram. So we are taking here different terms. For example, if you are taking bob of mass m revolving in horizontal circle of radius r, so different notification here are: v linear velocity of the bob, h height of the cone, t tension along the string, theta semi vertical angle of cone, g acceleration due to gravity, and l length of the string. So you can see in your diagram. So we are taking conical pendulum, bob is having mass m, so weight will be vertically downward and that will be mg. Tension along the string towards the rigid support will be t. Angle between h and this string will be theta, that is semi vertical angle. So here actually when you are taking the vector diagram, adjacent side of t will be actually t cos theta, because angle will be same here as theta, that is alternate interior angle. You can see here both the alternate angles we are taking theta and theta. Okay, so adjacent side of t will be t cos theta, opposite side of t जो हमने ड्रॉ किया है along the radius, that will be t sin theta. Okay, so along the radius r we are taking component of tension t sin theta, right? So these are the different notification and vector diagram here. Next thing, if you are taking here the weight mg is actually vertically downward, tension t is along the string t, along the string. So actually t cos theta is balanced by the weight, right? Vertically upward component will be balanced by vertically downward component. So you can write your equation 1 as t cos theta equal to mg. That is your equation number 1. Next thing, you can observe here horizontal component t sin theta is along the radius towards the center, so that will be actually nothing but centripetal force. So we'll consider here t sin theta equal to mv square upon r. That is your equation number 2. You can divide equation 2 by equation 1. So you will divide left hand side by left hand side, right hand side by right hand side. So t sin theta upon t cos theta, t you can cancel, sin upon cos will be tan. Similarly, mv square upon r will be divided by mg, will get cancelled and we are getting v square upon rg, right? Next, here if you are writing expression for v will be equal to square root rg tan theta, right? So if question is asked to derive speed of the bob, you can write your expression v equal to rg tan theta, that is you will write your derivation up to here. Okay, similarly if question is asked to derive the expression for angular velocity, you have to continue here. So what you will continue, you will convert linear velocity in terms of angular velocity. So we are writing expression that we already know, v equal to r omega. So if you are putting instead of v r omega, you can here see we are squaring both sides, r square omega square will be rg tan theta. Similarly here tan theta according to your figure, if you are writing will be r upon h, right? You are getting right it now. Tan theta equal to r upon h. Tan theta will be actually equal to opposite side upon adjacent side. Opposite of angle theta here is r and adjacent here is h. So tan theta will be r upon h. So r square omega square equal to rg instead of tan theta I am writing r upon h. So r square you can cancel from both sides. Omega square will be g upon h, therefore omega will be square root g upon h. Now suppose instead of this thing it is asked to determine period of conical pendulum. So what you will do here, from this expression v equal to square root rg tan theta, you will directly jump to the next step, that is you will define period t equal to circumference of circle divided by speed or linear velocity. So as you already know, v equal to rg tan theta you can put here, so t equal to 2 pi r upon square root rg tan theta. So you are having two terms here, r, and one term of r is in square root. You can cancel r, you can write it as square root r into square root r. So one square root r will get cancel and your term will be here become t equal to 2 pi. Similarly here you can solve substituting sin theta equal to r upon L. So we can get your expression t equal to 2 pi square root L cos theta upon g, right? That is what we are doing. Tan theta you are writing it as sin upon cos, that is you will write in next expression, next step, t equal to 2 pi r upon square root rg. Instead of tan theta you can write sin theta upon cos theta, and then cos theta will become or will give will be going to the numerator. Sin theta, instead of sin theta you can write r upon L. So your expression will become t equal to 2 pi square root L cos theta upon g. So if question is asked to derive for the period of conical pendulum, you will write your derivation up to here and you will delete all the equations related to omega and omega square, right? So from this expression v equal to square root rg tan theta, you will directly go to the formula t equal to 2 pi r upon v. So this is your final expression for the period of conical pendulum. Now here question may be asked on what factors the period of conical pendulum depends. So as you can see in your formula, period of conical pendulum depends upon number 1 length of pendulum, number 2 angle of inclination to the vertical, number 3 acceleration due to gravity, and time period is independent of mass of bob. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture. We will continue in next lecture. Thank you so much.